Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome. I'm Minister Ginger London. Thank you so much for joining me on today. Today, I'm going to do a special teaching, and I'm excited about it. So, give me just a second to get all my gadgets ready and everything. So, I hope you're having a blessed morning, and I hope everything is working out perfectly for you. So, get your pen and paper ready. We're going to talk about what matters most, how to build your life, your business, your ministry around your core values, and what that looks like, and what things that you need to do to make sure that you are in line with what it is that God has called you to do. And I know that's hard sometimes, right? Because, we say that we believe what the Word of God says, we set our faith in agreement with it. We want to do everything around that, centered around what we actually believe, according to the Word of God. And then when we get into it, sometimes things take over, or we don't pay close attention to what our values are, and so we miss out sometimes. We lose the excitement. We lose the joy of knowing, what it is that we're supposed to do. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Good morning to everybody. Alkini, I see you. Thank you so much for joining. And so let's get right into it. Get your papers and pen ready. I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint presentation so we can look at this together. Here we go. So, what matters most? We're talking about values. We're talking about building a fulfilling life on the value foundation of your values. And again, today I'm Minister Ginger London, in case you're just meeting me for the first time. So, we're going to get right into it. And I want you to think about what your values are. And if you have them written somewhere, if you've thought about writing them, or maybe they're just in your mind and you thinking, okay, I know them. I don't need to write them down, all those things. But the Word of God tells us to write it plain, or take the vision and write it up on tablets. Make it plain so that when those who read it can run with it. That includes you. All right. So let's get right into what we're talking about. So our time together will look like this. We're going to talk about what are values and why are they important? What are the two types of values? And then how to determine your values. And then, of course, I'm going to introduce you to a new and upcoming program that I have for those of you who say God has called you into the area of helping other people move forward, get out, become unstuck, grow spiritually, whatever it is. Maybe you're gifted for teaching. Maybe you're a gifted encourager and motivator. I have a program for you that'll just will be perfect to just get you an inside look at life coaching, and maybe using it in ministry. So let's get right to it. So a couple of questions I want to ask you. I want you to really think about these questions, because when you answer these questions, you will have an idea of where your values are being placed. So what would you buy if you suddenly had an extra $500 and had to spend it within the next 24 hours, right? What would you buy if you had suddenly had an extra 500 and had to spend it within the next 24 hours? What would you buy? So I want immediately, what would you buy? So if you say, hey, I'll get me a Brahmin handbag. Okay. Think about that for a minute now, unless you got everything else straight. Or maybe you say, I'll take that 500 and I'll pay my car note on it. So I'll be 1 month ahead. You know, I'll take that $500 and I will uh, invest it into fixing something in my home, fixing something on my car, right? Or maybe you would put it up, you'll save it for a rainy day, because maybe all your ducks are in a row, everything is straight right now. So you really uh, don't have any. Well, no, you have to spend it within 24 hours. So that may not necessarily mean spending it. So what is it that you would purchase, right? What would you look at buying if you have 500 extra dollars, right? If your home was on fire and you could save three things, what objects would you save from your home? If you had the opportunity to save three things from your home and your home is on fire, what are the three objects that you would save out of your home? What three would you put at the top of that list that absolutely has to be saved from the fire? If you could change one thing about the world, what would you choose? What would you choose? I know what I would choose, right? It would be changing an area of the immorality that's in the earth today. So if you could change one thing about the world, what would you choose? And then the last question, if you had all the time in the world and could spend more time on one thing, what would it be? If you had all the time in the world and you could spend more time on one thing, what would it be? What would that be? You answer these questions and you go back and you look at the answer to your question. If you have them in your mind, maybe you wrote your answer down and not the question so much. So if you're taking notes, go ahead and either screenshot this or go ahead and quickly write the questions down so that you can go back if you didn't get a chance to do it and really think about how you would answer these questions, because these will give you an insight into what you put your value in or what's valuable to you, right? If you had all the time in the world and could spend more time on one thing, what would it be? Right? What would it be? And that's interesting. That would be a tough one, right? Would you pick family? Would you pick something, a job? Would you pick maybe a business you started, or maybe uh, you pick that thing of maybe getting that book out that's going to be valuable to everyone else, and you can help focus on that, or would you focus on certain areas or certain aspect of your family? Maybe you have aging parents, or maybe you have family members who need help, and you wish you had more time to help them. Maybe you would focus on that. So just look at what your answers are, and then it'll give you some insight into where your values are placed. A lot of times we place our values on money. How much money we have, how much money we don't have. What can we make money? It's a lot of value placed into money. It's a lot of people who are wealthy, who are rich, and they still have no values. It's a lot of people who have a great deal of money, but they're not happy. They still are not fulfilled in life. You hear them talk about they're searching for things, and they just don't have any meaning and would like more meaning in their life, right? Their life to be more meaningful. So sometimes we place our values on money, and money, of course, is the answer to all things, and money is good, but money doesn't give you the value that you're looking for in life to have a more fulfilling life in the earth. You can do a lot with it, but it doesn't give you your value. So what are values? Well, values are those inner standards from which a person acts and by which behavior is judged, right? Your values are those inner standards from which a person acts and by which behavior is judged, right? So those inner standards that you have are going to tell you how you're actually going to live in the earth, right? What are you going to do? What things are you saying? What are you believing? How do you hear things? Those inner standards are the things that's going to tell you how you're going to act, and it's going to be what you judge your behavior by, right? If you're looking at a particular behavior practice in the earth and you say it's immoral based on, for me as a Christian, it would be certain things are immoral based on the word of God. So if it's immoral, then I'm going to judge that behavior according to the word, because that's what I believe, right? So as simple as that. So it is inner standards from which a person acts and by which a behavior is judged, right? So it's very important for you to know what your values are, because if you don't, you'll be fly by night. One day you'll believe this, tomorrow you'll believe something else, Wednesday you'll believe even more, something in addition to that. So you have to know what your values are, so you'll know what it is that you uh, need to be. And I don't say judging in a critical way, but how are you going to determine if something is appropriate for you in the earth if you don't judge it, if you don't take a microscopic look at it and say, this does not align with what the Word of God teaches. So this is not a behavior that I can condone. This is not something that I can practice in, right? So that's what I mean by that. So that's what standards are. So why should you know your standards, right? Because they serve as a guidepost during your personal life's journey, right? That's what's going to guide you, right? I, for me, it's the word of God, right? It's a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. right? So I know that my standards are based on the Word of God and what it says about every area of life and what I should be doing and how I should be living in the earth. You should know your values because they serve as a guidepost during your life's journey. That's going to be how you take this journey. So if you're not feeling fulfilled, if you're not fulfilling your assignment in the earth, you feel like something is missing, then you have to go back and look at where your beliefs are and where your standards are and where your values are and make sure they are in line with your goals and visions and dreams for your life as you're living in the earth. All right. So sometimes when we get started, we're making this life's journey. We're traveling along the road. Maybe you started a business, you started a ministry, you're starting to maybe write a book. It could be anything. When you first start that journey, you are excited about that journey. You tell everybody what you're doing. You're excited about it. You're marking your progress. You got it all on the calendar, all of that. And you get going and you think you are doing going the right direction, moving along in the way. And then all of a sudden things start to get fuzzy for you, right? What was once clear is no longer clear for you, right? There's a gaze or a haze or a fog that comes over the whole process that you started, the way that you want to continue going. Now things are fuzzy for you, and you might be saying, maybe I missed it, maybe I wasn't supposed to be doing this right now, maybe this is not what I'm called to do, maybe well, no, maybe I'm not equipped to help people just yet. I got to get a little bit more training, maybe I can't do this vision, carry out this vision that God has shown me, because I don't think I have all I'm just not ready right now. So you started off excited, but now things are getting fuzzy. Things are getting a little hazy. There's a glare in the window and you can't see out of it clearly as you could when you first started this journey. It could be because your values and your beliefs are not in alignment with what it is that you're doing. And not that anything is wrong with what you're doing, but the foundation upon which you build needs to be your values and your core beliefs, because that's who you are. It's the core, the scripture says it like this: guard your heart, which is where all of your emotions are stored, with all diligence, for out of it springs the issues of life. Right? So if you're not guarded and if you don't know what's inside your heart, what the core of your being is built upon, then you are going to have some issues of life that will show up that will interfere with you fulfilling your assignment in the earth. They're going to show up. They're going to get in the way of your business. They're going to get in the way of your ministry. It's going to get in the way of your career. It's going to get in the way how you are living and carrying out your role in the family. It's going to get in the way of just about everything that you do when your core of your being is not based on a solid foundation, on the right beliefs, the right values. Then you're going to struggle. Things are going to get fuzzy. You're going to have a glare, and you're going to be blocking certain things because you're trying to see and you just can't see it. So it's important that you get to the place where you're going to diminish the glare and bring the picture back into full focus again, so that you can be crystal clear on what it is. So sometimes when there's a fuzziness, there's a glare, you feel like you're just traveling along the way, and all of a sudden at some point on this journey, you say something like this: something is missing. Right? There's something missing in this picture. I just feel like there's something missing. I'm not as excited as I was before. I'm not enthusiastic like I was before. I don't feel compelled. I don't feel the urgency to carry out the assignment anymore. Something is missing. And the important key to this is to discover what's missing. And a lot of times when we go looking for the missing pieces, we're looking for the missing piece to the vision. We're looking for a missing piece, in maybe, how we're carrying out the assignment. We're looking for, did I post right? Did I write it down right? We're looking for those things, and we're not looking at the foundation of our core being. We're not going and doing a self-reflection or an introspection of what's going on the inside of us that nudge me to even say something is missing. There's something in you that's strong enough to bring to your awareness that something is missing, that there's a missing piece in this, and that something needs to be cleared up. So when it's foggy, when it's fuzzy, when there's a glare in the vision, when there's a glare in your assignment, you start saying things like, something is missing, I just don't feel it, something's not right, all of those types of things. So you want to do more than just travel along the way. You want the journey to be exciting. You don't want something missing. You want to walk in the ordered steps for your life. And you want to make sure that everything that you experience in your assignment is exactly what God has ordained for you to experience, period. Nothing missing. So you got to figure out what that something is. And for what we're talking about today, it could be that you don't know what your core values are. You haven't identified your beliefs, what your core beliefs are. What are those non-negotiable core beliefs? What are those non-negotiable core values? Those things that you will not, under any circumstance, water down. You're not going to give them up. You're not going to compromise them. They are here. That's it. This is what I build on. Period. This is what I believe. This is what I stand for. I will not change this. So you have to find out what that is so that the something missing can be filled again and your foundation is on a solid rock so that you can move forward. So let's talk about what type of values. And there are two types of values that I want to talk to you about briefly today: aspirational values and then core values. So we're going to look at aspirational values first. What are they? What are aspirational values? These are values a person really wants to be true, right, for them. They're not there yet. They want these values to be true for them. Maybe they read it somewhere. Maybe they came across it. Maybe somebody shared some information with them. You know, but these are values that a person wants to be true. They are qualities that a person aspires to, right? I want to be a better person. I want to be a person of integrity. I want to grow into that. I want to be an honest person. I want to be a visionary. I want to be able to see myself, doing more in life. I want to have a belief system that's not faulty, right? They are aspiring to this, but this is not the present truth for them, right? This is something they're aspiring to. So if I want to be a person of integrity, maybe if I'm in business, I have been tipping the scales a little bit, right? So, I sell to one person on a discount, but then to the other person to make up the difference, I sell it to them for more than what I really sell it for, right? So that's not integrity, right? My scales are tipped. They're not balanced, right? I'm not treating everybody the same in business. I'm not treating everybody fairly in business, on Monday, unless I'm running a promotion. But on Monday, I post something out here and it's $400. And then somebody calls me on the phone and says, I can't really afford that. And then I back it down for them and give it to them for 200. But then I go back and maybe adjust that price and make it 600 because I'm trying to make up for the 200 I just discounted for someone. But we know that's not integrity. So if somebody's doing that and then they say, I aspire to be a person of integrity, a business person, a person in ministry, on my job, I aspire to be a person of integrity. That means I'm not there yet. I'm trying to get there. This is a value that I want in my life. I want it to be true for me. It's a quality that I wish I had. I just don't have it right now, but I'm pushing toward that. So those are aspirational values. Those are the values that you are aspiring to, but they're not true for you right now. But core values. So what are core values? Core values indicate how a person is currently living. They're true to you right now. Whether you have some strong core values or some not as strong core values or maybe weakened core values, those values are true to you. You're living those values right now, right? They maybe need to be changed. They maybe need to be tweaked or sharpened or maybe tossed out and some new values established in your life. But wherever you are today, as we talk today, whatever your core values are will indicate how you're going to live, right? They shape your thoughts and they shape your actions, right? So if a part of my core value, I don't believe that or in my core value, if I say I'm here just to in earth just to do a little bit, not a whole lot, I just need to make a little difference, then guess what? My thought life is going to tell me, don't push too hard now, because you're going to take on more than you can handle. So I'm always going to stop myself right at a little bit. I'm here just to do a little bit in the earth, right? And my actions are going to line up with my thoughts, right? As a man thinketh in his heart, which is synonymous with his mind, so is he. So if my values say to me that I um I'm only here to do a little bit, or my values say to me, well, I don't need to earn a lot of money. I just need a little bit just so I can live day to day. I don't need all that extra money, right? Then my thoughts are going to tell me, you know what? You don't need, just sell that for enough just to get your lights paid, right? To pay your light bill, pay your car note, pay your insurance. Just figure out what that is. All you need is that. That's all you need coming in, right? And then what are my actions going to do? I'm not going to go the extra mile. I'm not going to do anything that's going to bring additional revenues in to my life. I'm not going to do anything that's going to increase my net worth. I'm not going to do anything that's going to enlarge my territory so that I can be more productive in providing services, products, and information for people that can be monetized, and in return comes back to me in the favor of monetary gain. So I'm not going to do any of that. I'm only going to do enough to get my everyday expenses paid, and I'm going to stop right there. Even though I know I'm capable of doing more, I have convinced myself that I'm not here for more. And because of that, the values that I created are lining up with what I think about it, or what I'm saying about it per se, and now my actions and my thoughts are going to line up with that value. Right? Core values are qualities and desires that truly motivate a person's current behavior, right? So if your value is, I am fearfully and wonderfully made, I know that I'm in the earth on assignment, I know that my assignment is to help other people move forward in life and to accomplish what their life's purpose is, or I'm here to help, maybe you're an accountant and you know that you're here to help people get their monies in order, or be able to record their income activities in a way so they'll know what's coming in, what's going out, what they're spending, whatever that may be. Maybe you're a medical doctor and you know that you're here, right, to help people to live better and to help them and help to sustain life. So whatever it is that you believe from the core of your being will determine what your current behavior is going to be in the earth. All right. So that's your life story. That's what it comes down to, your life story. What is your life story? Right? Your true life story. Not a life story that we make up because we want it to sound good. Want people to think, hey, we're doing fantastic work. What is your life story? And sometimes your life story starts off a little rough, may start off a little rocky, but then it smooths out, it levels out. When you're under the power of God, it begins to level out and it begins to take on a different shape and a different form, and the value of it becomes richer. All right. And because of that, then your core values become richer or more fulfilling, for lack of a better word. Your core values become more sustaining for the foundation that you're building your life on, right? So that's your life story. I started here, but I'm here now, and I'm progressively moving forward to get over there, right? So your life story is important in this process, right? Two ways of knowing your value. One, we know it through money. Period. We know it through money, right? The Bible said where a man's heart is, that's where his treasure is going to be. So we know it through money. Not that it defines us, but we know it through money, right? Where my treasure is, that's where my heart's going to be. So what I sink my money into, what I put my money into, that's where that is going to show you what my values are, or a dimension of my values, what I'm willing to pay for, right? What I'm not willing to pay for, right? Not talking about overspending and all that kind of stuff. So here's an example. You get paid, let's say you have a job. You get paid. The minute you get paid, the first thing you do is run to the mall. You don't pay a bill. You don't make sure everything is covered. You make a beeline to the mall, right? And you buy that expensive item that you've been waiting for the payday to show up so that you can go and get it, and then you come back home with that item refusing to return it, right? And now you're sitting at home trying to figure out how the light bill will get paid, how the water bill is going to get paid, how your car note is going to get paid, your car insurance. So what do? You call a family member up and you ask them for a loan. They say, what is it for? Why can't I pay my car note and I'm a little short this week? They ask you, why are you a little short? Well, I bought a purse that was a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. And so I bought that purse, and so now I'm short. You ever thought about taking the purse back? Oh, no, I want this purse. I got to have this. I've been waiting on this and waiting on this purse, right? Values in the wrong place, the wrong type of values, right? But the money, when you spend your money, it's going to show you where your values are, or where some of your values are. What are you willing to pay for? What is it that you take care of first when money is in your presence? Do you make sure that everything that for your life to be maintained in the earth, you make sure everything is paid for, or do you make a beeline, an immature beeline to spend that money, knowing that on the daily necessities of life, if you spend this money, I'm not going to have the money to take care of food, to put food in my house. I'm not going to have electricity money. I'm not going to have water money. If you're living in a home, I'm not going to have my rent. Not going to have all of my mortgage. Not going to go down here and negotiate or try to get them to let me pay a part of it and pay the rest of it later, right? So it goes to money will give you some idea of where your values are placed. And the second one is through time. You're going to know your value through time. As you grow, as you mature in life, when you look back over your life, when you look at where you are right now, through time, you'll be able to see your values taking shape. You'll be able to look back over time and know how you developed certain values in your life for today, right? And you can look at your life today and know, in the future, here's what I need to do. Here are the values that I need to apply to my life and build my life around or upon, so that I know that I'm living a wholesome and godly life in the earth. So you know it through your money, and you know it through time, what your values are. So I want to tell you about a program that's coming up on June 23rd through the 25th. It's called Aligned. It's building a profitable life coaching business or ministry on what matters most, right? As you know, during these times that we're living in right now, people still need help. And if you're gifted uh, in any capacity, motivation, encouragement, teaching, if you're in the fivefold ministry, it doesn't matter. If you know that you know that you know that your assignment in the earth is to help other people become unstuck and move forward in life, help other people to discover what their life's purpose is, or to, cut through all of the nuts and bolts, if kind of stuff, if you will, to get down to really living a fulfilling life and doing what matters in life, then I want to invite you to come and take this 3-day course with me. It's a virtual event, and it's building a profitable life coaching business or ministry on what matters most. This is an introduction to life coaching. This is going to give you some insight into whether or not you know, uh, if life coaching is for you. And so let me tell you a little bit more about it, and then we'll break down each day for you. So, let me say this first. I'm talking too fast. It's a special registration for only $47. That is not a lot of money, to get information, to spend 3 days with someone, to go through a informational teaching and get an inside look into something. That's not a lot of money. So, and I remember, early on in all of this, I didn't do this one. I did another one, and I made it kind of, I put a low price on it, and I said I wasn't going to do that again. But it just depends on who you are and how you see things. I know that, what's going on in the earth today. I know what's going on. So, I'm okay with this, and I want you to be okay with it. Just because you see $47, don't underestimate that. You're not going to get $47 worth. You're going to get way, way more than that. A lot more than $47 worth. So it's a 3-day virtual training on getting started. Each on the 23rd and on the 24th. That's a Thursday and a Friday. It's at 7 p.m. On Saturday morning, which is the 25th, it's going to be at 9 a.m. I think it's 9 a.m. on Saturday morning, either 8:30 or 9 a.m. Saturday morning. In addition to the basic training on Thursday and Friday mornings at 9 a.m., it's going to be an abundance mindset training for 20 minutes, where I'm going to talk to you about making a mindset reset or mindset shift. So as you get ready to move forward in life, if you notice, just over the last few years, the last, 3 years maybe, almost everybody has had to make a shift in one way or another. And so when you make those shifts, you can't just make them physically, you have to also make them mentally. So early morning training is going to be on the abundance mindset. So I need you to get into the mindset of knowing that it's okay to make money. It's okay to monetize your knowledge. It's okay to monetize your skills, your abilities. It's okay to do that. And it's okay to be in ministry, in marketplace ministry, and make money. It's okay to be in ministry and make money. It's okay to do that. So that's why on Thursday and Friday morning at 9 a.m. it's going to be the abundance mindset teachings. And then Thursday and Friday night at 7 p.m. will be the actual aligned teaching, where we're going to be looking at some different components and aspects of life coaching. And then on Saturday morning at, I think it's 8:30 or 9, between, I forgot which one because I don't have it directly in front of me, but will be the last session on Align, the last life coaching session. So let me give you an insight into how it's going to work. Align day one is going to be coaching to change lives. So over 3 days, we're going to talk about the 3 C's to building a profitable coaching business or ministry. The first one is change, right? Coaching to change lives, right? That is what you want. You want to be able to, when you're coaching somebody, when you're in ministry, you want to do whatever it is that you're doing because you want lives to change. That doesn't mean that the person's life is in a bad state or anything like that. It just simply means that when I'm engaging in what I'm gifted to do, when I'm carrying out my assignment in the earth, the purpose of it is to bring change to lives, right? So day one, we're going to be talking about coaching to change lives. I'm going to teach you about how to actually make those radical shifts that you need to make to prepare yourself and to position yourself to be able to do this type of coaching. This type of coaching is it's a little different. It's not just me getting on the line with you or on a Zoom call or a Skype call with you and saying, hey, step 1, 2, and 3, this is what you need to do. When I'm coaching you to change your life, I'm coaching you around the dimensions of your life. And every word that I speak is on assignment. And every time we get on a call, off a call, on a call, off a call, something is going to change within you. The only way that the change isn't manifested is if you don't do what is necessary for the change to show up. But the coaching session will definitely put you in a position to change, right? So we're going to talk about coaching to change lives, and we're going to look at how you are thinking as a coach, and what needs to shift in your mind. What radical shifts you need to make in order to be able to do this type of coaching. On day two, we're going to be coaching from your core values. What does it mean to have core values in business? What does it mean to have core values in ministry? So we're going to be looking at how do you form your core values. And then once you've got them formed, then you have to coach from those core values, because it's going to be your beliefs. It's going to be everything about that your life and your business and your ministry is going to be founded upon and shaped around. So we're going to talk about how do you create, or establish rather, those core values, right? So that when you're coaching from your core values, you're coaching from a meaningful position in the coaching session, right? What I'm saying to you it means something to me, right? I'm just not here because I can make money. I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to make an impact. I'm here to be influential in your life. That's why I have these coaching sessions and coaching business. Or this is why I'm in ministry, because whatever I do in ministry has to be impactful in your life. It has to be meaningful. It has to be powerful enough to pierce the core of your being and shape something on the inside of you, right? If nothing else, it has to stir the gifts up that are lying dormant on the inside of you. So when I coach from my core values. I coach from my beliefs. I coach from what my standards. So that means I'm coaching meaningfully, right? And I'm coaching to be impactful. Then day three, coaching conversations, conversations that transition and transform, right? So before transformation happens, sometimes I have to coach you and transition some things in your life, right? And then from the transition, you move into the transformation. So day three, we're talking about coaching conversations, the power of your voice. Like I said, when you get to a place where you understand that you know what you're supposed to be doing, then you know that every word that you say is on assignment, right? Every word that you say to someone, every word that you say to a group of people, every word that you say in writing, whether you're writing a book, ebook, or hardback book, softback, whatever, maybe you're creating manuals, so it doesn't matter what it is. Your words are on assignment. And so that means that when you're in that coaching conversation, whether you're uh, in a conversation live like we are right now, or your conversation is coming through something you've written, right? Whether it's a blog post, whether it's an article, whether it's a book, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a manual, it doesn't matter. Wherever your words are they accomplishing what it is they're supposed to accomplish? All right. So your coaching, we'll be talking about coaching conversations that transition and transforms a person. So here's what you get. You're going to get training materials for days through three. So, you can still take notes, but I always provide you with the training materials. You're going to get customizable coaching business templates that you can start using right now, right? To get yourself together, get your thoughts together. Maybe you want to name your business, name your ministry, create a skeleton of what it's going to look like, right? You may want to do an outline and go back later and add the meat to the bones, but you're going to get customizable coaching business templates that you can start using right now, right? All right. And then you're going to get a couple of bonuses. The first one, you're going to get a personal branding templates. From those templates are going to say, what I want my coaching business to look like. You're going to be able to be able to kind of outline, if you will, what it is on the inside of you that that you can share with someone else and monetize that. And because you know that when you share it and then when you use it with them, it's going to help them. So I'm going to give you those personal branding templates so that you can start using it right now. Okay. And then bonus number two, you're going to have access to the training replays for 10 days. So it's over on June 25th, starting on the 26th. From 10 days from the 26th, you'll have access to the replays. I can assure you, you will want to go back and replay something and listen to it again and again. So you'll have links that will take you right back and you can watch the entire replay if you like for over a 10-day period of time. And then bonus number three, you're going to have access to the private Facebook group, the Diamond Coaching Academy's Facebook group. You're going to have access to that. And you'll be able to meet some uh, others who have gone through some either a full certification training, or maybe they went through a challenge, uh, or they went through maybe an intensive with me for that. So you'll have access to that group for that. So I want you to encourage you. This is an introduction to life coaching. It's for 3 days. It's only $47. The registration link is actually in the description of this live stream. So again, it's a line building a profitable life coaching business or ministry on what matters most. The special registration is only $47. It's June 23rd through the 25th. 23rd, 24th, 7 p.m., 25th, 9 a.m. in the morning. And so I put it toward the weekend, so I know that maybe your week is winding down and you're kind of thinking back over it, and you might jump on and do this. And so remember, registration link is in the live stream description. And so as we close, I want to say quote a couple of things to you. This was by Howard Thurman. He says, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do it." Because what the world needs are people who come alive. I love that quote. All right. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do it. because what the world needs are people who come alive. And again, I'm going to say it again, the world needs what you have right now. People are hurting, people need direction, people need help in making decisions, people need to rethink some things, people have to make some shifts in their lives. They're going to have to change careers, they're going to have to relocate, they're going to be doing a lot of things uh, as a result of what has happened over the last 3 years. There's a great shift that's occurring in the earth. So people need your gifts, they need your knowledge, they need your expertise. You know, they need all of that. You know, one of the Diamond Coaching Academy's uh, graduates is listening, Alkini Jackson, and she has something coming up, and it's actually for homeschooling. And I was telling her, talking with her by phone, with everything that's going on with the school shootings and all of these other things, and this has happened in the past, perfect opportunity for her to launch what she's launching, right? Because people are having to rethink what about what they want to do with their children when it comes to the next school year, right? So you have to really think about what is it that you have to offer, what's going on in the earth right now, and is it needed right now? And 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, it's needed right now. The key for you is to be able to present it in a way that grabs the attention of the people that you are assigned to, who will say, this is what I need. And that's what we do at Diamond Coaching Academy. We help you pull together everything that you are assigned to do and present it in a way that the people who you are assigned to or who needs what you have will be able to recognize you. You've heard me teach before, you heard me say that you are a reward to somebody. You're an answer to a question, you're a solution to a problem. You you are the you are the push that's going to motivate them. You are a reward to somebody. But if they never see you, if they never hear about you, they'll never know where to find you. And so that's what we help you do as we in Diamond Coaching Academy. We help you to become skillful at what it is that you are already an expert in, and then we teach you how to present that in different forms and fashion, different ways, so that you can monetize it and be able to help people on so many different levels. Because everybody doesn't learn the same. All right. Here's another one. Um, well, not a quote, but I saw this and I like this. I thought this was great too. It gave like a little description of the root of the word incorporate is the Latin word corpus, which means body. So without your values getting into your bones, remember I said it has to go into the core of who you are. They remain lifeless abstractions, right? That's when you start saying something is missing. What's missing? Your core values, your core beliefs. They're not sticking to your bones, right? They're not deep on the inside of you. They're not rooted in your inner man, right? So again, the root of the word incorporate is the Latin word corpus, which means body. So when we apply that to values, without your values getting into your bones, they remain lifeless abstractions, right? You don't want to be lifeless in the earth. So your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. Let's say it again. You know, that's how we do it in church. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become and your values become your destiny. If you're driving in that car, you got excited when you first pulled off, and then all of a sudden, somewhere along the highway, there's a glare that started coming through the window, and you can't see as clearly as you could see when you first started. I want you to really think about where your beliefs are. Something is blocking your beliefs and your values from showing up, and so the picture becomes fuzzy. You're not seeing clear, right? So I want you to think about, let me go and figure out what my beliefs are, because they're going to become your thoughts. Your thoughts are going to become your words. You're going to start speaking and saying and talking your values and your beliefs, right? Your words are going to become action. You're going to do what you say. Your actions will become your habits. The more you do it, the more second nature is going to become. Your habits are going to become your values. So if you got the right things in place, your values are going to show up in everything that you do, because it's going to be a part of your daily ritual routine, right? And your value then becomes your destiny. You begin to fulfill your assignment in the earth. You walking out the ordered steps for your life. And before you know it, you are right where you're supposed to be in the destiny of your life, right? So again, thank you everybody for joining me on for What Matters Most, building a fulfilling life on the foundation of your value. Thank you for joining me. I'm Ginger London. God bless you everybody. Don't forget to go and register for Align. It's in the description. I really would love to see you on that. It's going to be a live virtual training via Zoom. And it's either Zoom or another platform. I always try to show you different platforms so you can use in whatever it is that you're doing. So, but I think as of right now, we're doing it on Zoom. So make sure you go and register so that you don't miss it. It's coming up in a few days, so don't miss it. Once again, it's only $47 for 3 days of training. It's an introduction to life coaching, and I don't want you to miss that. So thank you, everybody. God bless you. Take care and have an awesome, awesome kind of day. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Ginger London. Take care, everybody. God bless you.